Well, it's the first Sunday of the 90s decade, and we have a decade race, that is, a 10-mile race, the Ferriby 10, which is going to be held on this course for its final time today, owing to new roadworks up near Swanland. Also today the course has been lengthened because the race was said to be short by race measurer Graham Brummett.
They've been called to the start, right?
And the runners have been called to the start, and we look forward in anticipation to a last great race on this course. Welcome.
All right. I'm moving, John.
And the Ferriby 10 is underway. A race which starts near St Thomas More School. And certainly it's been a race that's been greeted by all 4 seasons. And today is slightly overcast, temperature about 4 degrees centigrade, and a chilly southeast wind. And so as the head of the race comes into Anleyville Park Road South, it is Shane Page leading the charge. But it's a nice, steady, easy pace. It's a very open race today. Ron Smith there in the red is now 43, very strong veteran runner, is heading the field. Ran 51.28 last year, and that sort of time may well be good enough today to win this race. And Shane is still heading this race, roughly 2 minutes and just under half a mile into it. So we believe that's Carl Nightingale, sporting a beard. As he gets closer we'll check on that. And Pat Howdle there is in second place, just behind Ron Smith. And John Matthews is now joining the leading group. John Matthews has had a quite astonishing year. This time last year he was around about 24th in the race in 54 minutes. Can absolutely be certain he's going to be a much better time and position today. Andrew Morley there in the light blue vest of Hornsey, just behind Pat Howdle. There's another runner who's made great progress in the previous year. And so Ron Smith still leads there, but there's a large group of 15 or 20 runners. Jim Dingwall, the first time we've seen him in the race, and Shane Page is just dropping back through the field now, having made a good solid start. And a late entry there, Martin Farrell, 328, still to pay his entry fee I believe. And this field now is unfortunate, it's down in numbers. There's been as many as 600 in this race. Today we've got about 330 entries. But it's a good class race, thanks to the segregating club runners only. They're all of quite a good standard. This is one of the traditional 10 miles of the country now, and has been held at an open race since 1956, when in fact in those days it actually went through Ferriby, hence the name. But for many years now, the closest it gets to Ferriby is the Swanland Hill. The race has got a notorious climb in it up to Swanland, a height of about 250 feet, and so this first 2 miles is relatively flat and easy running. So the race is now just over 6 minutes, and we're round about 7/8 of a mile here on the Hull Road, Anlaby.
You're going up the...
Back at the front, and there's a leader there who I shall identify soon, and the pace is obviously picked up. Jim's back dropped to the back of that second group, and number 235 is heading the field and looking quite good, and David Toon there for City of Hull, who ran just under 54 minutes last year, looks nice and comfortable. And Ron Smith's in that group, the veteran, and Pat Howdle is just coming off the back there, and John Matthews is in the second group. There's obviously been an injection of pace here at this early stage of the race, and the gaps are starting to widen. But Carl Nightingale's still there, born in Hethel, and I know would love to win the Ferriby 10, a task that has eluded him over the years. He's got a fine chance today. But the leader then is Michael Pearson of Longwood Harriers, and it looks like he's calling the shots. And Mark Lavender of Barnsley Roadrunners, number 7 there. So these runners are putting on a strong pace, and Pat Howdle's guttily hanging on at the back of this group. I know the kind of strain that can be when they start to wind it up West Ella Road. And so as we pass Cottage Drive, home of Jim Dingwall and his many parties, and the leaders now are Michael Pearson of Longwood and Mark Lavender of Barnsley Roadrunners. With David Toon looking very good there in 3rd place. And Carl Nightingale's dropped off that leading group of 6 runners. John Matthews there, Ron Smith, Jim Dingwall, all in that group. So that's going to be where the leading veteran comes from. Look at Steve James there, number 188, over 50. His last run in Southport's colours. He becomes a fully paid up member of City of Hull from today. Number 141, the Grimsby runner now comes through. Who is Graham Anderson. And a large group there, including Derek Grayson. Not on the... And this is a typical Ferriby 10. Lots of little groups making their way up this steep climb to Swanland. And George Slater, Martin Farrell in this quite large contingent of local runners as the field spreads out again. We're now 18 minutes into the race. Dave Brooke, one of his first outings for a long time. I think his first race for many months. And what can we say about Dr. Rob Robinson and his particular shorts that he wears? I'm indebted to Rob though. He's given me a bit of background information about this famous race. He told me about the days when Joe Lancaster used to run. Very famous name in athletics. And everybody remembers the day Brendan Foster ran and breezed his way through the Ferriby 10 in 48 minutes and 5 seconds and immediately went on for another 5 miles. That was prior to his Commonwealth Games debut at the marathon. So quite a few of these runners will be their first outing before tackling the summer marathons. There's a large local entry for the London Marathon again. Jim Whitfield there, making his presence felt and heard. Number 295, Bernie Child, and Gordon Gibson just on the inside. Gordon's talking as always. Tony Arridge of Springhead, Hull Springhead Harriers. Charlie Davison just went through. We'll try and pick him up later. Tom Walters, 319, East Hull. And we're on to nearly 21 minutes now. So these runners will be heading for mid-60s as a finishing time, and a few seconds longer because we've had the addition of about 140 yards, which will definitely make this a 10 mile, 10 and a bit miles. And it's 10 quite grueling 10 miles as well. If you've got the strength to get up the hill, you may not have the legs to go down to compensate. .172 is Julie Grice of Hull Springhead. .32 there was Stan Bagshaw of Rotherham Harriers.
Go after the bloke with the red shorts, John, at the back.
Right. And we're mobile again. Number 64. 64 is David Mangles. Margate, should I say, from Huddersfield. 72 is Christine Tyndall. The Barnsley Roadrunners. Cleethorpes, number 241. John Weatherly. Number 32 from Rotherham. Stan Bagshaw again. 330 from Hornsey Harriers. There's an entry today, so I haven't his name to hand. There's been a number of entries on the day today, boosting the turnout. Various modes of dress on this quite cold day. Immingham, Springhead, Fenners, Flyers, Bridlington, all these are local clubs. Otley AC, number 34. It's Peter Slater, he's a vet 55. And 161 is Bill Hammond, of Barnsley again. Barnsley have sent a good contingent today. Some good runners in the race at the front. Number 336 is the highest lady we've spotted so far. And we're heading out number 37. Number 37 is Linda Westlake of Barnsley. So Barnsley turned out in force. Number 99. Catherine Wadworth of Springhead. Wadforth, should I say. And this is quite a cool breeze up here. And Liza Milkovic of Cleethorpes was well placed in the ladies' race there. And Julie Allison is running well. Should be one of the favourites for the ladies' race, and so far I think she's leading it. That's Ken Barker there, Old Springhead. It's quite congested along here. The traffic build up in this area in this race now is quite phenomenal. 15 years ago this would have been a very quiet stretch. Now it's like the middle of a town. Good close-ups there of runners in action. 270. Rod Scholes, Barnsley, 152 is Dean Townend. And the weather's become rather overcast and rain is now threatened. Or snow, I don't know which, or in what order. .44 there. .56 is Ken Burley of Cleethorpes. 214 is Peter Marson. Hornsey Harriers there. Old Springhead and Immingham. Fenner's Flyers 79. Their leading runner, I would suggest, Don Clark. Looking pretty good. And the 5 mile mark now, 30 minutes and 19 seconds. Very good running. You get up this hill in 30 minutes for 5 miles. Askin leading there. Derek Pickering 78. He's having a great run, is Derek. Running a storming run. He looks good. Derek's had a great veteran career. And we all thought he was out of it. But here he is on for a sub 60. Peter Chapman there, number 36, is running well. Dr. Rob Robinson's shorts now look quite sensible as the weather turns distinctly more wintry. The local runners turning out now. Jack Hill, of course, in that group. Number 18 looks like Kim Bennett of Grimsby, who's got a very big lead in the ladies section. Eddie Knapp there, number 170, a veteran, running very well. Ian McCoy, of course, City of Hull, in that shot. Now this on a downhill stretch, and you can see you've had the work to do up the hill. Now you've got to be able to take advantage of the downhill bit. And Mike Baggett there, gritty, determined running. David Kellick there, Doncaster. Now this horrendous turn. The switchback at the top of Swanland Hill. 195. 195 is Robert Pratt of Bridlington. 51, a Hornsey Harrier there. Richard Winder. George Slater. John Scott. Alan Fowley's running determinedly. He'll be pleased to be so well up, but Peter Jarvis is having a great run. He won't be so pleased to see Peter Jarvis in front of him. And that was Paul Hunter from Rotherham there. 218. A good strong run by this 218. It's Jim Moore. He's one of these runners who started with the boom or into the boom, and he's now turned into a very competent club runner. Keith Binney there, number 17 of Barnsley. Chris Wilson sporting some exotic shorts.
Crossing over your left.
Also from Hornsey. Shane Page, of course, totally isolated there, ploughing his own lonely furrow. Malcolm Taylor there, that was of Sheffield. As we turn into Tranby Lane.
Switching to your left again now. Your left.
John Hood there. Hopefully he'll stay on this side of the road. Or at least look when he moves over. That's Derek Grayson there. Just behind him was David Allenby of Barnsley. And that's Ian Chickwith. And number 46 there from City of Hull. Darren G. Grimsby runner there, number 141. Graham Anderson. Now we have a very large gap now. Beat runner again. 133. Number 133 is Brian Sargent. Steve James there is running brilliantly. Hard to credit this man's age. As we pass more local runners, Ian Greer there, Jim Dingwall. Jim is isolated as well, as this race has been split asunder.
Yeah.
And Ron Smith there, and Pat Howdall, battle it out. John Matthews, John Barker. And just behind them, we see Andrew Morley of Hornsey.
What's your left, your right again, Colin?
That's going to be some interesting race, that, between those three fairly locally based runners. One of which is a veteran, John Matthews, who is, I believe, leading this veterans race today. Leading from redoubtable runners like Jim Dingwall, Paul Pickup there. There, of course, unfortunately, Carl can't win this today, but he's well up, he's having a good run. Right, David Toon there is running the race of his short road career. Running tremendously well. A number 235 on the inside. I think it's Malcolm Pearson. And they're in second and third spot. In this race that has become a procession. In this charge, he's going away from the field. You can see he's up on his toes, he's looking good. This man is Mark Lavender of Barnsley Roadrunners. Barnsley Roadrunners have come here in fourth. They've had the quantity and the quality. As this man is definitely going to win this race today. He's going right away now. Mark Lavender, Barnsley Roadrunners. The last time this race will be run on this course, and his lead now must be 150 metres. There's a little dog leg being added here. Mark Lavender won't know about it, but he's not a regular runner of this race, but the rest will. This is going to add 140 yards, but it's going to make no difference to the result. However, we seem to have had a development. Second place now has been totally made its own for Michael Pearson of Longwood Harriers. He's gone right away from David Toon, and he's looking really sprightly and fit. And David Toon now is back on his heels. This is a long way for him, and he's under threat for third place, but he's had a magnificent effort. This is a long distance road race, and you can see how David is suffering, and he'll do well to hold on to third spot. And in fourth place, number 33, we have Stephen Timon of Barnsley Roadrunners again, so they're well placed. Carl Nightingale should keep plugging on. He's got an outside chance of the first three still. And further back through the field, there don't seem to be any more dramatic changes. So Carl there is, well, he's looking quite relaxed, and he certainly could yet get a position or two as the race steams its way down Boothbury Road. And David Toon there is really suffering, even though he's going downhill. And there is an extraordinary gap now built up in the space of 3/4 of a mile, a most extraordinary gap. And this man, Michael Pearson, is running so well that he may even yet threaten the leader. That is a most extraordinary gap that Michael Pearson has opened up on David Toon. This man doesn't look in a mood to be pipped, although he's just tiring slightly, but I'm sure his lead is secure. He's on the last lap of this last race over this course for the Ferriby 10, and we'll watch him next at the finish. is being won by Mark Lavender. The Ferriby 10, which next year may well be called the Kirkella 10 because of its change of course. But this man is winning well. He's winning easily. He's made his trip from Barnsley well worthwhile, and he's won in 50 minutes 24 over this extended course. 50-24 on a cold, bitterly cold day.
Cut you off when he's gone through, Joe.
And coming into second place is Michael Pearson of Longwood Harriers, who made a lot of the early running. Looking very good, good for another 5 miles, and he's finishing in 50 minutes and 54 seconds. No, David Toon has held on very well. He's come back strongly, having suffered very badly there in 51 minutes 37. Excellent run. Just behind Stephen Timmins. His fourth place there in 51.45. And Carl Nightingale finishes now in 51.53. Disappointed with that time. Yeah, 1:29 just finishes. 52.60. Paul Pickup, of course. And number 30 from Rotherham just finishes.
Paul Venables, Rotherham.
Paul Venables, and John Barker here has run grittily for 52 minutes and 31 seconds. And John Matthews is setting yet another personal best in 52 minutes and 34 seconds. Just in front of Andrew Morley of Onsey Harriers. Excellent. Pat Howell there finishes gristily there in 52.52. And Ron Smith, number 3 there. Second veteran today, second to a great veteran runner in John Matthews. And Jim Dingwall, former multiple winner, comes through now to take the third veterans prize in 53 minutes and 12 seconds. And Ian Greer of East Hull Harriers has come through quite strongly at the end to run 53.25, very similar to last year's time. And 2:19 there from Grimsby just comes through. 2:19 in 53.36.
It's Christopher Morris of Bingley.
Christopher Morris of Bingley, I'm sorry. And 1:33 was Brian Sargent of Grimsby, followed by Sheffield runner number 166, of course, can be none other than, can't think of him, Chaz Cope, of course. Steve James, number 188, just finishes in 53.57. Phenomenal time for this over 50s vet. Phenomenal. 184 just finishes. 184 of City of Hull. Richard Paver, of course. And number 141 of Grimsby
is Graham Anderson of Grimsby.
Graham Anderson, we saw him a few times down the course.
Can I call the winner for him?
Yeah.
You want to come again?
Yeah.
I've had a word with him, he's going to come up. Yeah, I had a word with him.
But that was Steve James, was a phenomenal run by Steve James there. In his last run in his old club's colours. Number 39.
It's Ken Robinson.
Ken Robinson, he's been running this for as many years as I can remember. City of Hull, 46, Darren G just finished. And number 234 just finishes.
234 is Hepworth.
All these,
Longwood.
Rob Hepworth of Longwood, of course, and these runners are still just under the 55-minute mark. The next to finish is number 148 from Wakefield.
Alan Slack.
Alan Slack, of course, former 400 metres UK champion. And an excellent 10-mile run that.
Ian Chidwick of Chidwick of Grimsby.
And Derek Grayson there, on Stainforth, 55.20, and number 63 there
is Dave Phillips of Cleethorpes.
Dave Phillips, Cleethorpes. He's given up marathons now, he tells me. And Trevor Shields there of East Hull Harriers, and number 87. Number 87 just finishes.
87 is David Allenby of Barnsley.
And John Hood there finishes. Looks rather tired. And just in front of Hornsey Harrier, number 50.
50, Jim Harlock.
Jim Harlock. And Sheffield United's number 220.
220 is Malcolm Taylor.
Malcolm Taylor finishes number 2.
Michael Tune.
Number 2 must be another one. Chris Wilson just finishes there, and we're getting quite a rush of finishes now. 136
is Stephen Green of Grimsby.
Stephen Green there, and of course there's no introduction for this man. Shane Page, of course. In 56.41. Good steady time there. Number 5. Just finishes number 5.
Number 5 is Paul Hunter of Rotherham.
Paul Hunter of Rotherham, and
17 is Keith Binney.
Keith Binney, of course, and he might be quite cool in that vest, I think.
164, Damien Whitehead.
Damien Whitehead there.
Of Bingley Harriers, is he?
Number 176, East Hull Harriers.
176 is Michael Harrison.
Michael Harrison, very good run. I think it could be a PB for him.
Oh yeah, well, very well received. Stephen James. Yeah, all right. Stephen James. Rubbish.
Jim Dingwall's giving a post-match interview there. And the Slaters and Bowleys finished now. Renewal of that battle, and Peter Jarvis just got the better of Peter Jarvis, who's ran under 58 minutes. Michael Baggett there, also under 58.
Time did he get changed out? Can I go on? Can I go?
We got one of these. So it's been a cracking race again. Turned up a few surprises, and I believe the winner, I've been told, is going to give us an interview. And the winner is from Barnsley Roadrunners. Cheers.
If you look in the monitor screen so you can see what position you're on.
Yeah.
Just don't understand and get all the runs coming in. Massive, he'll go the phone.
And Colin there, our producer, and Kim Bennett now is winning the ladies race in 59 minutes 2 seconds. Excellent run. She's won the ladies race quite convincingly. Sub 60 minutes on, and the trying to keep everybody in their right positions.
What's your 60? 60 what? 5.
And we've got a Pete Mason finishes today. This is news.
He's going to bring it over, Pete.
Yeah, as we await. There's lots of Derek Pickering there now. It's absolutely brilliant. He's dipped 60 minutes. He's gone from nowhere to do this time. That is hope for everyone. It was great to see Derek come back and run so well.
He's on his mum down.
It is very parky out here now. Mark Lavender won today's race in just over 50 minutes. John Matthews was a first veteran in an excellent 52 minutes 30 odd. Ron Smith was second veteran. Jim Dingwall third. As this race winds its way to its conclusion.
I don't know, it's the first lady coming through.
Yeah, Kim Bennett was the winner. And the second lady now finishes, I believe, number 14, in 1:01:50.
Jenny Pearson.
Yeah, 61 Jenny Pearson there from Hallamshire Harriers gets second spot in the ladies' race, and quite a competitive ladies' race as well. And we expect to see Judy Allison getting third spot.
Come on, Dave.
Ken Barker just finishes there for Hull Springer Harriers. So I estimate the little dog leg put on has meant the race was about 20 or 30 seconds longer than last year's time, so John Matthews was very close to the 52-minute mark. The winner was sub 50 on last year's course. So there's been fine performances today. And we got third spot with David Toon, of course. David Toon ran in with me last year in around just under 54 minutes. Well, today he's gone considerably better than that, running around 51 and a half. And now he knows what a hard 10 miles feels like. And Dave McDonald here with his white cap on just comes through to the finish in 64:20. And Judy Allison now, as we thought, has made a third spot in the ladies' race in 1 hour, 4 minutes and 40 seconds. And Gordon Gibson there, not talking for a change. And the fourth lady now, number 58, just comes through.
58, Lisa
Malkovic of Cleethorpes. Yeah, done very well. Hi, Rick.
There's the opposition.
so this will be a second. Four, will you? No. Come on, yeah.
How you going on, Mike? What time are you doing? Well done.
And so, at the end of this race, we welcome the winner. Well done.
Thank you.
Great run.
Yes.
Mark Lavender,
Yes.
you got the sweet smell of success today.
Yes.
Very good indeed.
Well, it's my first 10 miles, so I'm very pleased.
Yeah. What was your furthest distance for today then?
7.5 miles.
7.5. And did you feel it in the last 2 or 3 miles then?
No, well, I've been putting the training over Christmas, so
Yeah.
I've eased off on the racing and I'm more concentrated on this one.
Well, you were right up on your toes at 7 or 8 miles,
Yes.
and there was no way I thought you could be beaten. However, Michael Pearson was looking very strong then as well.
Yes.
But you came through excellent.
Well, I felt nice and strong all the way. Like I said, I put the training in for this and I'd eased off. I know there were a few races over Christmas that I could have done, but I disregarded those and put the training in for this one. But it'd been my first 10 mile and I want to do well, so...
What's your progress? Is there going to be a half marathon or anything?
Well, in the near future probably, yeah, but I've only just moved up to the 10 mile, so I'll have a few more of these and see how it goes from there.
How old are you then, Mark?
24.
24. And how many years have you been in running then?
About 10 years now.
10 years, so it's been a sort of gradual build-up.
Gradual progression, not all at once, just nice and steady, bit at a time.
What sort of times do you do at shorter distances?
Well, I've done the best for the 10k is 30:16. I've done 30:22 for the 10,000 metres on the track. I've done 1:58 for the 800.
Yeah.
So it's continuous all the way through from the 800 to the 10 mile now.
Did you expect to win today?
Well, I expected to be up there, and I knew that I was strong. And depending on who come today, I was fairly confident that I'd be in the first three today. Yes.
Yeah, you look excellent. Your friend now is Stephen Timmin, I believe.
Yes, but he's a few more 10 miles than me, and he's had a bit more experience than I have.
Well done. I believe you came fourth.
Yeah.
And you knocked a bit off your personal best, did you?
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Yeah.
That's quite impressive. And how did you like the Ferriby 10 course? Have you run
Very
it before?
good. No, I haven't. It's first time. Very enjoyable.
So how did you do in the team then between you? Do you know?
We don't know. We don't know where his third man finished. We always done well.
So will you be coming through again for another 10 miles?
Yeah, definitely.
What's your next race though?
Northerns, I think next week.
Yeah, next Saturday. Thanks very much, lads.
You're welcome.
Excellent.
Thank
Well
you.
done. So as we close up this race now, the end spiel is, there's been a great race won by Mark Lavender, and he's turned today's last race into a really sweet smell of success. glove back before I forget?
Yes, cheers, mate.
Got it?
No, do you want to know? I get two orders. I got it. Go on.
Alright, 20 people helping. I have 20 people running it in.
Oh, no, you're finished.
I keep on looking at